Elizabeth Ann Bailey was born in New York City on August 28, 1774, into a prominent Episcopalian family. Her father, Dr. Richard Bailey, was a respected physician and early health official who instilled in his daughter a compassion for those suffering. When Elizabeth's mother and infant sister died within a year of each other, the little girl learned that life is fleeting and that heaven is near. Despite these losses, she grew up cheerful and inquisitive, finding solace in prayer and the Bible. At 19, she married William McGee Seton, a successful merchant, and entered the world of New York's high society. The couple welcomed 5 children, Anna Maria, William, Richard, Catherine, and Rebecca, while continuing acts of charity among the poor and sick. Prosperity did not last. William's business faltered, and his health began to fail from tuberculosis. In 1803, doctors suggested that a sea voyage might help, so Elizabeth, William, and their eldest daughter sailed to Italy. Upon arrival in Livorno, they were quarantined for weeks. William grew weaker, and he died shortly after their release. Friends of the Seton family, the Felici brothers, took in the grieving widow and child. In their home, Elizabeth was struck by the depth of Catholic faith she witnessed, the reverence shown to the Blessed Sacrament, the filial devotion to Mary, and the sense of continuity with the apostles. In that time of sorrow, she felt drawn to the Catholic Church, sensing that God was calling her to a wider spiritual family. Returning to New York in 1804, Elizabeth wrestled with questions of faith. She studied Catholic teaching, attended Mass discreetly, and prayed for guidance. On March 14, 1805, she was received into the Catholic Church, taking Mary as her confirmation name. The decision cost her dearly. Many friends turned away, her relatives were scandalized, and the little boarding school she had opened to support her children collapsed when parents withdrew their sons. Poverty and social isolation tested her resolve, but Elizabeth entrusted herself to divine providence, writing that she preferred God's will above her own plans. In 1808, Father Louis William Dubourg, a Sulpician priest, invited her to Baltimore to start a school for girls. There, she attracted women who shared her desire to teach and serve. Together, they began living a quasi-monastic life while caring for students. Seeking a permanent home, they moved to the rural village of Emmitsburg, Maryland, where on July 31, 1809, Elizabeth established the Sisters of Charity of St. Joseph's, the first religious community for women founded in the United States. She became known as Mother Seton. The community opened St. Joseph's Academy and free school for girls, laying the cornerstone of what would become the Catholic parochial school system in America. Mother Seton's letters reveal the heart of a woman both tender and resolute. She exhorted her sisters to trust God amid hardships, encouraged her children to live with virtue, and held fast to her belief in Christ's presence in the Eucharist. Her spirituality was practical. She saw no separation between prayer and service. While fostering devotion to the Blessed Sacrament and Mary, she organized the community's daily life, wrote a rule based partly on the French Daughters of Charity, and oversaw the education of students. She also endured fresh sorrows. 2 of her daughters, Anna Maria and Rebecca, died of tuberculosis in 1812 and 1816. Despite her grief, she continued guiding the Sisters of Charity, who by 1814 had opened an orphanage in Philadelphia and in 1817 accepted a mission in New York. Their work soon expanded to hospitals and social service centers. By the late 1810s, Mother Seton's own health was declining. Years of constant activity, coupled with repeated bouts of illness, weakened her body. Yet she persisted in teaching, praying, and writing until she could no longer leave her bed. On January 4, 1821, at just 46 years of age, she died surrounded by her spiritual daughters. She was buried in Emmitsburg, where her tomb quickly became a place of pilgrimage. In the decades that followed, the Sisters of Charity grew and divided into several congregations across North America, continuing Mother Seton's mission of education and care for the poor. Her example of faith and perseverance inspired countless Catholics, particularly converts and widows seeking hope. The Catholic Church began a formal process to recognize her holiness in the 20th century. Pope John XI beatified her in 1959, and Pope Paul VI canonized her on September 14, 1975, making her the first citizen of the United States to be declared a saint. Miracles attributed to her intercession, including the cures of Sister Gertrude Korsendorfer from pancreatic cancer, 4-year-old and Teresa O'Neill from leukemia, and Carl Kalin from a severe brain infection, confirmed her heavenly advocacy. Today, pilgrims visit the National Shrine of Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton in Emmitsburg, where her remains repose in a basilica. She is patroness of Catholic schools, educators, widows, and all who seek to follow God's will amid life's upheavals. Mother Seton's story teaches that fidelity in ordinary duties, acceptance of suffering, and unwavering charity can transform society. Her legacy endures wherever children learn, the sick are tended, and hearts are open to the mystery of God's love.